What's happening, Vegas?
What's happening, Vegas?
So today we're here to talk about
the Raiders.
Yes, the draft just happened, and we're here to talk about the hopes, the dreams, the lack thereof. If this is your first time watching the channel, please like, subscribe, try to watch the whole thing. Comment, reach out to us if you got any questions about Vegas. So let's get right into it, Adam.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it.
So look, and I know people say this every year. Obviously, the Raiders did not have a good season, being the first pick of the draft. That's definitely an indicator. 3-14 is not.
I'm out of fingers. If I'm out of fingers to show the losses, it was not good.
Yeah. So, but is there a reason to be optimistic about this season? I really think there is. They were very active. Well, there's a very big one. We're going to get into the draft, and that's a pretty obvious one. I think the Raiders actually had a phenomenal draft, but I also want a quick touch on free agency and all the pieces that they added.
Okay, so let's start off with the headliner. The headliner.
You want to start off with Fernando?
Yeah, let's start off with the headliner.
Let's start off with the draft. All right.
Okay.
Well, I'll get into the free agency, but in a minute, to add to this. But yeah, with draft Fernando Mendoza. I mean, there wasn't even a close call. He was the number one pick. It was pretty
Can you imagine?
far away.
I'm wondering where the front office would have to move to. What city they would have to move to if they just threw a flyer and just picked someone else new. You know, there's always that one guy that's genius in the room that likes to overthink things.
Yeah.
And wants to think that he's going to be the hero and not pick Michael Jordan number one, right? There's always that guy, right?
I think so.
You know, so So
I think Mendoza. I mean, look, I think for what the Raiders need, you got a great leader. You got a guy that seems like a great guy. Great media. I mean, the way he's shown in the media is very positive. 6'4", 235, so he's big, he's durable. He can run with the ball. He's got a great arm. There's a lot of things, and I think really what you saw with going to the national championship, taking Indiana. I mean, who ever heard of Indiana? He has the intangibles. I think
Indiana. When I hear Indiana, I think basketball.
And there's a lot of Indiana guys that got drafted too. That had a very good team. So I guess time is going to tell. Did he raise their level or did they raise his level? And we'll find that out in the NFL. But I think the Raiders actually did a very good job putting a lot of good players on the roster.
So is there any chance of him not starting?
Yeah, I look.
Whoa,
okay.
Okay, so let me ask you.
Yeah.
You think there's a
No, do
chance.
I think it's a small chance? Do I think he'll be the starter? Yeah.
No, I want you to give me a line. If you think there's a chance, give me a line. Give me a betting line.
90, barring that he's healthy. I'd say it's a 90 to 95% chance. I believe he's a
90 to 95
starter.
chance. Okay, so
and he's the week one starter.
He's the week one
but
starter.
I'll give Kirk Cousins a 10% chance.
Okay, a 10% chance.
Because
all right,
Kirk
so
Cousins
you heard
is no
it.
slouch, and in my opinion,
Adam and I are betting $1 against 10 that he starts. I'm gonna take the one. I think there's no chance that he isn't in there firing off the ball game one. I think that's what the fans want to see. I think they've disappointed the fans quite a bit. We've been through 3 coaches, 3 quarterbacks. We've been through a lot out here in Vegas.
A lot of good pieces, though. I mean, the Raiders really have some high quality players. I mean, obviously the Max Crosby trade didn't work out, but you got literally behind probably Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons. I think you have the 3rd best edge rusher, or one of the top 3 edge rushers in the league. As far as we know, he's not been traded.
Let's talk about the defensive playmakers.
Yeah, so I mean, they added a lot. I mean, Kwity Paye on the other side, so now you have another edge rusher that's a pretty viable edge rusher. And then adding Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker in the middle of that defense, you just added a ton of speed and explosiveness for sideline to sideline, as far as run stopping and whatnot. And now with what they're doing in the defensive backfield, taking the 2nd pick, Trading
Stoops, yes.
He's 4.33 safety. So this is a center fielding safety that can make a lot of plays.
He's fast.
And
any concerns on his size?
Not real. I mean, time tells. I mean, I don't know. I mean, people said that about. I mean, obviously this is a receiver. People said that about Deshaun Jackson.
Okay.
Deshaun Jackson lit up the league, one of the best deep threats we've ever seen.
Okay.
So I mean, people had DeVonta Smith for the Eagles. He's having a great career, and he was very considered undersized. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. And then another trenches guy next to Tyler Linderbaum. I actually think Tyler Linderbaum might have been the best signing of the whole free agency in all of football.
Oh, wow.
The center for Baltimore. He was a very high paid, $27 million a year center, which is a big price tag.
That's a big number for a center, right?
It's an anchor.
Yeah,
in your team though. And here's what it's going to do. It's going to change with Austin Janty as the top pick last year as a great running back.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have a guy like him that's gonna open up holes, so this can take some pressure off a rookie player. And then you got a guy like Brock Bowers, who in my opinion is the top 2 to 3 tight end in the league. Behind maybe Trey McBride. Yeah, for
quick passes, get rid of the ball. Yeah.
But the thing is, he can do the same too. You can go deep with him as well. He's a really athletic, unbelievable tight end. So. Their offense could really see some great strides, I think, this year, especially with fixing the offensive line. You could be a great running back, you could be great at everything, but if you don't have the protection,
if you don't have the offensive line, this is, I hate to bring college into it, but Alabama for years, that's all they did. Right? They didn't care about anything else, right? It was just like offensive line, and then just get. Can the guy throw the ball straight? Yeah, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
now the last few quarterbacks have been a lot better.
They got to be better now, but for a while that was their MO. So, all right. So they really did put protecting Mendoza as priority number 1.
100%.
That's where they and
by the way, they had these pieces together. And one thing the Raiders did, in my opinion, to protect their franchise, just in case injuries happen, I will say Kirk Cousins is the best backup in the NFL if he ends up being the backup, which I think he probably will be. I don't think there's a better backup quarterback in the NFL.
I'm going to have to agree with that. I think he's a fantastic. I think he's going to be a great.
I think he's still starting quarterback level.
I think he's going to be a great glue guy because he's got a fantastic attitude, a fantastic personality. Great. He's a great guy.
He's still somebody I could see doing pulling a Sam Darnold. I think Kirk Cousins is a great quarterback.
Yeah, and he's a great guy from everything I've seen. Yeah, he's a great leader. Yeah, I think he's really going to help bring this group together. Yeah. And he's a good locker room guy.
And then one other draft pick I want to talk about. This was the 4th round, but this could be gold. Jermod McCoy. I believe he was Tennessee.
Sneaky impact players.
He was projected 1st round. He had some injuries. So there's a lot of risk in this if he's going to come back from the injury and be the player he was. Mm-hmm. But if this guy can even get a shade of what he was, this guy was like a top 3 or 4 corner in the draft. They got him in the 100 and something, 101st pick, I think, in the 4th round. So very good value. He's been mentioned as potentially going to be the highest steal of the whole draft. Because he has that lockdown corner ability, and usually you just can't get those guys in the 4th round. But there was some risk on the Raiders' end.
Yeah, you know what? And here's the thing: this was a risk I think the Raiders could afford to take.
Well, they had so many picks.
Yeah, they had exactly. So
and they got money. They had $100 million under the cap to spend.
Exactly. So I think the Raiders really, honestly, they put themselves in a good position to where they could afford to just throw a flyer out there that has something that had some upside.
Oh yeah.
And see where it took them.
But now I do think there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic about improvement. Now, playoffs, here's the thing. Do I think the Chiefs are going to be bad again? I don't. I think the Chiefs are coming back. You still got Patrick Mahomes. The Chargers are no joke.
I'm a full disclosure. I'm a Charger fan. So
LA,
yeah,
fan, not a Rams
yeah,
fan.
I don't know how that happened. Whatever. Anyway. And
then the Broncos are. I mean, think about it. Broncos are probably in the Super Bowl if Bo Nix doesn't get injured. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So they they're the best division in my opinion in football.
Yeah.
But I still think the Raiders could be competitive. If the Raiders do make the playoffs in this division, then we definitely have something to be excited about. But I think they made as many steps as they probably could to become really competitive in the best.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to have to take a look to see. I might sneak out there and catch a game. I went out and caught a game last year. Yeah. I got gifted some tickets by a good friend, and I might get out there. It's a good time. Even if you don't get into the arena, folks, go check it out, man. That little area outside, it's a lot of fun. They got a lot of activities.
A lot of great entertainment.
It's great entertainment to go there. So get out, stretch your legs, enjoy Vegas, okay? So until next time.
Yeah. And by the way, if you guys like this kind of content, you like watching Las Vegas.
And I just want to throw one thing out there. Sorry. We do have one team that represents the silver and black.
Oh, okay.
One team that represents the silver and black, right here. that are 3 times champions,
Las
and
Vegas
I
is
am
3 out of
we're season ticket holders, me and my wife, and super fans. So we're gonna do a video and talk about our ladies here.
That'll be season
next
ticket holder.
time.
He's
Yes,
gonna actually
yes.
show the box
Yeah,
of
I'm gonna.
the season
Yeah.
ticket holder
So
that they give
I
him.
am super excited for that. So
Yeah.
until next time, folks, like,
Yeah.
subscribe. What's happening, Vegas? Thanks for watching.
Sir.